And one. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the nation. You guys know how I do. Live like 95. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all. And this is not me talking about just only one player, but one player that got to be ready. The last line of defense, the safety. The safety play means everything, especially if we're ever going to give a one high look, meaning that this guy's going to be inside the box. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? Jeff Heath. He's one of those guys, explosive, flies out to the ball, but at times he can get caught out in space. We saw that several times before in the past, especially when you're talking about against the Saquon Barkley of the world, right? So what Jeff Heath got to do now is he gonna have his hands full, meaning that Todd Gurley is a type of running back that needs momentum. He needs that. He needs actually out in space. He like to get you out in space off the edge. And the only way that this thing can work for us if everybody works on the front four as it relates to like that D-Laws of the worlds and the Randy Gregory, the edge guys. Inside, I don't really see Todd Gurley running that way. But then again, who knows? They might have looked at some of the film. If I'm the Rams offensive coordinator, I'm going to look at a lot of Indianapolis tape. I'm going to see how we can create pressure into the inside to collapse that thing down and try to smash it up the Cowboys' throat. So, not saying that the Rams have or got an offensive line that's close of the Colts, but it can possibly be one of those scenarios. But neither here nor there. My thing is open field tackle. Jeff Heath, he got to be ready. He cannot allow Todd Gurley to expose him out there in the field. He can't tackle too high, and he cannot tackle too low on this guy. He got to wrap up and command for the other guys to be there. And trust me, Jalen Smith of the worlds and LVE, those guys are explosive enough, and they have the get off enough to get there, to rally. That's how this team does. You know, one of those things where I saw Pro Football Focus said that this team did not miss a tackle last game. That's a lot. And I know a lot of people looking for fumbles and INTs, but to play solid is everything. That is flat-foot everything, to play solid. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. I hope you all can hear me. Let me just go ahead and pull up the chat box. Really appreciate you all for being part of the mix. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel, for being part of this thing and helping this channel grow. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all for that. Let's see what we have over here. Really appreciate everything. Let me know how you guys feel about Jeff Heath. Because the last game they played with Todd Gurley, he had over 200 yards. He was jumping over people. He was doing this thing like that. So we do not need to have that to be repeated. We do not. I'm going to repeat. We do not need that to be repeated at all. It's just, we got to play smart. We got to play a sound mind football game. With that being said, you guys already know. The safety play, the Woods, the Jeff Heath, those guys, I'm not worried. Like I said before, I'm not worried at all on the outside. I'm not worried of the Cheeto Woozier. I do know that a lot of times those passes been like right here, right close on the money. And I'm not worried as well on the Byron Jones. Everybody else, it's just those two deep safeties. If we go into that look, we do not want them to miss their assignments and things like that. Tavares Cunningham, yeah, missed clear on Russell Wilson, I think, but they still rally and chase. When they say no missed tackle, they were talking about the fact that that the opposition was not able. Well, we were not able to get the opposition down. That was Pro Football Focus said. Don't be concerned about Awuzie. He's okay. It takes a miracle for most of those quarterbacks. And I know it's kind of sound crass, but it takes a miracle for them to throw a ball and needle it just that close. And we already know when I say we want Jeff Heath to be ready, but also keep in mind, if we put the pressure, if we focus and put the pressure on Jerry Goff, I call him Jeff Goff, on Jerry Goff, and knock him off his marker, those balls would flutter, they would sail on him, and he will give us the ball. That's just the bottom line. Double spoon for Ezekiel Elliott. Yes, I got a lot of reviews to do today. I got to talk about First Take. I got to talk about ESPN. Skip Stephen A. Smith, and first thing first, we got a lot of stuff to do today. But I just want to be able to talk to you guys real quick before I set up the audio and studio. Just keep in mind, guys, one game at a time, one player at a time, and everybody, each one teach one, right? That's what Chris Richard said. Everybody got to be accountable for their actions. Every tub must stand on its own bottom, meaning that if you stick to your assignment, then the guy to the left of you or the guy to the right of you will stick to theirs. So that's how this thing been going all season, all off season as well. You can throw that in. And so far, like I mentioned this past Saturday, leading into Sunday, we are the last remaining defense juggernaut that's right now that's in the playoff. And if we continue to do our thing, run the rock, TOP, fly out to the ball, chase, and then hopefully turnovers will come here and there, then we'll figure out ways to capitalize off this game. But if we don't do those things right, if we don't have these the tackles, open space tackles and things like that, yeah, we'll be in for the long haul. We will be in for the long haul. Chase says, let me give a shout out to the first person that's in the chat box, man. I've got to do that. Chase Barnes, man, appreciate you. Demo, second place, and Brandon, third place. Hey, everybody else got to step it up. Got to step it up. Let me know if the notification hits your account. If not, it's still cool. We are the last juggernaut. This is what First Name Nation says, and we are. We are the last team standing as far as that defense. Somebody going to say, "Your coach defense pretty good too." That's on the other side of the world. That's AFC. We NFC. Somebody going to say the Eagles, but they don't have cornerbacks that can cover. The Saints, we're not going to disrespect the Saints. No, we'll see. They're all about momentum defense. They can't. They say they number one run defense, but we'll see about that if we meet them again. But for right now, those Rams, they got some good guys inside, but I think that's only where they got them at. As far as the outside, I think that Ezekiel Elliott should eat. I think that Amari Cooper should be able to get the separation with the double move. They love to bite on those double moves. But the only thing that kind of got my reservation on everything is Jeff Heath right now. I just want to be able to see better tape from him. And looking back at the last year's game, it wasn't that good of a tape. But he still flew out to the ball. So it is what it is at this time. Really appreciate everybody for being a part of this thing. I just want to be able to talk to you guys just a little bit about Jeff Heath and the rest of this defense and what we can do to get things going in the right parameters. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Go Cowboys. Peace. All right.